Hello, welcome to the SToK Cae Ras. Welcome to SToK Cae Ras. Welcome to Wrexham. Wrexham women at the racecourse today. What a brilliant occasion it is. Beautiful day as well. In terms of sunshine, it's cold, but it's sunny. And, well, a big game for us, because we entertain Briton, Ferry, Llansawel, and they are second, we are third. We are 4 points behind. After this, 2 games left, and we have an opportunity to better last season's position. We came third last season, our first ever season in the top division, and now we could come second. Winning this is probably a prerequisite to achieving that. But it's going to be a fascinating game. I mean, brilliant to be at the racecourse. What an occasion. So many of this Wrexham team, our local, has outcome the teams. So many of this team fell in love with football from coming here to the racecourse to watch matches, and now here they are playing on the racecourse. Only the 4th time that we've played a competitive game on the racecourse, and actually we've lost 2 of them, but we have a chance now to try and get back to winning ways against the Briton Ferry side, who seem to be intertwined constantly with us. Ever since 2 seasons ago, we beat them in a really hard-fought promotion playoff in order to get into this division. So the Wrexham side, one change, maybe a predictable one, in that skipper Karen Allen drops down to the bench. She has been taking a battering this season and did so again last match against Briton Ferry last Sunday. So she's on the bench, and Phoebe Davis comes in, of course a true stalwart of this team and childhood Wrexham fan. So she comes in Allen's place. Apart from that, no changes. That terrific front 2 of Lightfoot and Suckley will be looking to cause problems for Briton Ferry. Now, Briton Ferry are totally unchanged in their first 11, at least from the side that drew with us 2-2 last Sunday. Jade Crofts, who was so impressive against us earlier this season for Cumbrae Celtic in the Adran Trophy, was equally impressive at Old Road last Sunday, and she will be playing up front. But this is a very robust physical side who will ask questions of us, no question. They've been sensational this season. On the bench, Wrexham, like I said, have got, well, I thought Karen Allen, Emma Burnham's coming up. However, there's a late change, I need to double check that. But certainly Briton Ferry, the big name on there for them is Alison Witt, their top scorer, who was on the bench and wasn't used on Sunday. And what we had been led to believe was that it was because if she got a bucking last weekend, she would have been suspended for this big match here at the racecourse. Well, obviously not, we would assume, because she's still not on the starting lineup. So that's interesting. Let's have a little look to see if there's been an alteration to Wrexham's bench. Yes, indeed. So what I'd initially seen was Karen Allen on the bench, but clearly she's not fit enough to even be as a backup. So Emma Burnham, very talented young centre-back, will be on the bench for us as our central defensive backup. Both teams in their huddles. That game last Sunday was fascinating. Briton Ferry were a long ball team. They want to create loose balls. They want to fight for everything. But this is a much bigger pitch than Briton Ferry's. Wrexham will need to stand up to the physical challenges that Briton Ferry will pose, but by the same token should be able, if they get the ball down, to get a lot more space on this pitch and try to get at them. This will be fascinating. Wrexham kicking from left to right in all red. Briton Ferry in their change kit, light blue shirts, navy blue shorts, light blue socks. And there could be a few scores to settle as well after last week, which I'll mention in a minute, as the ref gets us underway. And all the way back to Lizzie Craven, who, as we know, is so good with the ball at her feet. She's looking for Lightfoot. Immediately Lily Jones, Wrexham through and through, wins a throw on the halfway line. Of course, last season she scored that unbelievable goal here against Swansea from about 35-40 yards out. And as anyone who's seen Welcome to Wrexham will know, she is absolutely besotted with the club. That's a good flick on by Cairns to turn the Briton Ferry defence. Suckley unlucky, can't quite keep it in. But yeah, Briton Ferry, long ball team. Crofts is quick up front. She'll be isolated at times, but she will chase anything, and she's fast, holds the ball up well. She will look to put pressure on our three central defenders if they knock it long and turn us, and then hope they'll create a 50-50, a second ball to play for in our half. As here now come Wrexham at a overhit pass looking for Iddenden. But again, typically Brooke Cairns looking to get on the front foot and looking to create, which is her modus operandi. So it's Courtney Young with the goal kick. Wrexham doing what we did last Saturday, dropping Iddenden and Suckley, who are both tall, back in midfield for the goal kicks, so they can win the ball. Cairns stands in up front, and then if they win it, they can try and get up the pitch while Cairns holds her up. That's good work. Lily Jones again looking to switch while she turned the defence and giving Broadley something to deal with. She'll have time to get there. You can see the space on the pitch. Last Sunday, you knock that sort of ball and immediately you're penning people in. Davis just clips Owen, free kick. Owen lucky not to be suspended today. It was a bizarre incident at the start of the second half where she turned her back on the ball while it was in play, walked away from it and stamped on Brooke Cairns, and the ref booked her, so you saw it. Very lucky to escape a direct red and not be suspended here today as Lovett knocks it long. Denscombe not accurate, and that's well brought down. Good ball, and Iddenden's got such good awareness. Lightfoot can't quite keep it in, unlucky. But Lily Jones is starting out so positively. And Iddenden, who made the debut here, coming off the bench against Swansea at the start of this season, well, you just think the space will really suit her. She's got such good awareness. Lightfoot just couldn't quite keep it in. Wrexham looking to press high up the pitch. And it works, throwing. But yeah, Iddenden's got such awareness of what's around her, and with space for players drawn into, you'd hope that she'd really be able to take advantage of that. Craven across to Phoebe Davis. Again, Lily Jones involved. Ambitious pass, doesn't pick out Suckley, but the second ball does. Good work that by Clark. A nice ball to Iddenden now then. Cara Jones making the run inside. Iddenden looking to test the keeper with a cross. Didn't get the bodies into the box quickly enough, but Wrexham certainly on the front foot. Briton Ferry yet to impose themselves. As I said last week, and always do, as we see that build up, Suckley did very well to keep that in. It was into a good area, Iddenden's ball, but because Suckley had gone wide, only Lightfoot was in the box really to try and attack it. Yeah, as I always say, teams like Briton Ferry, it's been chased gamely. Good little block off by Denscombe. They are very hard to play against, and you've got to impose your style of football. They want to be going long all the time, asking questions, physically creating 50-50s to fight for. We want to get the ball on the floor and play it, and teams against sides like this tend to go into phases where one side or the other imposes their style of play. Thus far, it's scrappy, but it is mostly us in possession, just working, trying to see where we can find the gaps. Cairns is past to Lovett, just sold her a little bit short. That's a throw to Briton Ferry. Wrexham fans didn't like that decision, but it looked it from up here. Mind you, the fans are closer than me, so maybe I should bow down to them. Clark looking to immediately open play out. We did that very well early on against Briton Ferry down at their place, but now here's Owen, first chance so Briton Ferry to come forwards. Crofts offers and creates a space, and Owen will go on and have a go. Craven always had that covered. There's no segregation here today, but having said that, I was chatting to a pocket of Briton Ferry fans who've made a very long trip down. Ironically, they said it was a nice trip until they got to by the racecourse, as Clark has picked out Suckley again, pulling out to the flank. Iddenden's available. Suckley's going to drive on. It's good recovery that by Llewellyn. And Cara Jones intercepts. Yeah, they had no problem until they got by the racecourse when there was traffic. And the traffic appears to be, I don't know what's going on in the university, but it looks like some sort of Comic-Con thing. Not the full Wrexham Comic-Con they used to have there, which would be absolutely packed. But there was definitely a stormtrooper, a Darth Vader, and a Chewbacca standing outside the gym having photos taken with kids. As Cairns unlucky not to get there. So I think that was the cause of all the congestion. The poor Briton Ferry fans ended up stuck in traffic within sight of the racecourse. Now here's Walkley, he's dangerous. Again, Croft is making herself available, but I think she rather hit herself as she ran across there. Sharp can't pick out Iddenden. Our passing's not been quite as sharp and crisp as normal. Lightfoot there, no foul given. Well, that was generous, I would say, to say the least. Looked to me like Lightfoot stepped firmly across and committed the foul. And looking at the replay, I still think the same thing. On Megan Curl, who scored both goals for Briton Ferry last Sunday. That's a lovely play. Cairns can open this up. That's the right idea, but she's overdone it. But it's the right idea. I just wonder a little bit if some of Wrexham ball players here are seeing the opportunity of playing the ball into the big wide open spaces and are maybe, I don't know, a touch too eager, a touch overexcited at the sight of all these yawning gaps they can drop the ball into and are just overdoing it. Because certainly that's what they're looking to do, isn't it? Take advantage of this much bigger pitch and really stretch Briton Ferry. Suckley. Now here's Clark, who's moved the ball around well, but she's caught out well there by Walkley. And Owen. Looking for the pace of Crofts. Sharp. Does well. Does really well. She made some really good interventions covering for the pace of Crofts. You know, Crofts is quick, very quick, quicker than Wrexham's defenders. That's no insult. But yeah, Sharp really read the game well, and often when the ball's played in their path would cover nicely. Now Widdenden is on the chase against Ridings, and the young belatedly comes and claims it. Thought maybe she could have had a higher starting position than that, but it just shows that that ball over the top could also pose problems. Remember, you can get in touch using the hashtag AskWrexham, that's ASKWXM, on Blue Sky or Twitter. I'll have a little look through those in a moment, and at half time as well if you've got any longer discussion points. Good foot in by Smitham in Whitfield. They put in a very good shift last Sunday. Love it. Wrexham subs enjoying the unseasonal sunshine. But like I say, it's quite cold, but it looks nice. Suckley, well, she nudged in the back, nothing given, nothing asked for, to be fair. Ridings gets it clear. Clark to Davis, looking for Cara Jones, just doesn't quite get it right. We just need to settle down a bit here, Wrexham, I think, and make sure with our passes, because that's happened quite a bit. Owen hooking it on, and that's a tester from Clark. Ridings, as we saw last weekend, very strong. That's a ball pass, so Cara Jones intercepts well. Suckley outnumbered. In the end, fouls Owen. Yeah, like I say, a lot of Wrexham fans in this Wrexham team, and Ava Suckley we saw there, we believe, was in the away end at Exeter yesterday. So it's a good way to prepare for a game. Nice 9-hour round trip. Llewellyn's free kick. Now, Iddenden. Cairns, she sees him, executes the pass out wide. Lightfoot, only Suckley ahead of her. That's good, tracking back to dispossessor though. And our Briton Ferry can again look to go long, and love it, read that well. That's a good pass again by Clark. Cara Jones has Lily Jones breaking forward. Iddenden's pulled wide into that position she likes on the right. Important foot in that by Ridings, as Suckley was looking to create something on the edge of the area. Typical tenacity. Cara Jones wins it back, but it's well intercepted. Oh, good work, Clark again. Unlucky. Clark wearing the armband in the absence of Allen. Good pressing by Wrexham, and the ball given away by Broadley. I will attempt to make that weak Broadly speaking joke that I made last week. I'm just warning you all. Cara Jones only picks out Walkley. Good pressure though by Jones in response. Sends her into the cul-de-sac. No way out from there. It's good foot in, but Walkley's pass intercepted again. Well by Clark. Suckley turns, good idea, but Llewellyn was in the right place at the right time. Iddenden was running dangerously in around the back. There's space around the back of their defence. If we can just exploit it. He is broadly being put under pressure. Oh, nutmeg. Nicely done. Good ball too. Owen now. Now Wrexham. Lily Jones making sure she plays that into the correct foot for Cairns. There's a good build up there, and Lily Jones nearly managed to lift it in and find Lightfoot. As it is, Wrexham claiming it back. Rare loose pass by Clark, who's been really solid with in possession. Lily Jones dispossessed. Good tackle back though. Referee rightly says played the ball. Owen. It's a neat piece of skill. And Wrexham having to hold off Curl until Clark gets the tackle in. Cara Jones fighting for it. And Suckley will just chase that, but Ridings is a safe pair of hands at the back. Briton Ferry skipper. Yeah, it's a bit scrappy at the moment. It often is against Briton Ferry, of course, because they want to make it that way. But I think that's a mistake by Llewellyn. Iddenden's calling the ball go. Give us me quickly. She saw Suckley was seeing the opportunity of an early throw. Didn't come off in the end, but it has allowed us to get possession back again in the Briton Ferry half. We're dominating this, but the thing is, Briton Ferry will be patient and okay about that. A good ball, Suckley. Oh, a touch just let her down. She's still going now. She'll get the shot off. Oh, I'm just wide. Unlucky. Ava Suckley, who, when we played here against Swansea at the start of this season, was absolutely superb. And she is an unbelievable form, of course. Ball just got away from her there as she was trying to set herself up, but she still managed to dig out a powerful shot, going for the corner. She found the bottom left corner, of course, last Sunday against Briton Ferry. This time, couldn't quite hit the target. But Wrexham are having the better of the start. We're not really getting the ball moving like we'd want to, but we are on top of the match. And we are, remember, playing a team that's a position above us in the table, and that needs to be respected broadly. That's a good idea, but again, Sharp is there to close the door on Crofts. Owen does well to get out of a tight space with Cara Jones right on it. Phoebe Davis intervenes. Lily Jones, good ball. Lightfoot just couldn't take it in her stride. Jones scrapping away again. Curls managed to nudge it on. Good tackle. Denscombe wasn't getting away from that. That is a robust contact from Erin Lovett. Never does things by halves. Broadly should keep that in. And she's got Owen in support. Sharp deals with that comfortably. And has she just gone over her ankle there, Broadly? Steve on Ask Wrexham says he likes the elevated view. Yes, it is nice to get a bit of altitude in today, isn't it? We're up in the gantry, which is new for me, and I say new. Last time I was up in the gantry was before the takeover, because I'm normally on the opposite side doing the commentary from over there. I did get lost in the back of the stand. I'd forgotten which way to go. I'm not proud of that. Here's Owen. Oh, that's a nice idea. Love it. Put the pressure on, and No real proper contact on that strike, was there, from Smitham? Craven. Yeah, so it's very nice. It's a real luxury to be able to watch the women's game nice and high up and able to look at the shape of the game a bit more and appreciate, you know, where the space is, where the movement is, which you can always see much better when you're high up. Good question coming in from Chip Pace, which we'll come to in a moment, but here's Wrexham coming forward. Oh, unlucky. Just not getting the rhythm going at the moment, Wrexham, while being on top of possession. Lee Jones will intervene. Davis, cut ball. Suckley looking for the run of Cara Jones, but she was looking for it to feet. She can still block broadly in. He looks to have recovered. Nice turn by her as well. Yeah, Chip Pate says, when you're on the opposite side from the cameras, how do you compensate in your commentary knowing you're seeing play moving in the opposite direction from your audience? That's a good question. Anyway, we'll come to it in a moment. Here now is Walkley. Owen is outside. Walkley is a good, experienced player, but she'll be disappointed with that pass. Cara Jones done well to keep that in, but it'll be a throw anyway. Actually, Chip, if it's all right with you, I'm answering that one at half time, so I can give it a bit more time. Ruby Slippers says, surely there's going to be Deadpools aplenty as a Wrexham Comic Con. Good hard challenge up by Cara Jones, and Phoebe Davis wins the throw-in, and she's immediately looking for movement. That's good. Suckley, though, has got to push it on broadly. There used to be Wrexham Comic Con that was held in the university just behind here, and it was massive, and you used to get people from the Marvel and DC films and other sci-fi stuff in there. And they get huge crowds, and then they moved it. Oh, that's dangerous. That Clark just tucking underneath it. Davis couldn't get rid. Sharp again. Great work. Looking for Suckley down the line. And that'll be a... throw goes against Wrexham. But just clipped Cara Jones. Yeah, the Comic-Con moved to Telford. It's called Wrexham Comic-Con, but then it's held in Telford. So I don't know if they're ever going to bring it back here. This was a smaller affair, but enough to cause congestion around the ground, wherever it was in the university. Richardson trying to help it on. Clark. And that's good, Lily Jones. But we're struggling to get that ball out. Briton Ferry, like I said, they're a team that want to create loose balls, second balls in your own half. Good tackle by Clark. You need to be able to stand up and play, do things like that, step in, and now Wrexham have got a chance to break away. Inden's made a great run, and Suckley looks for it. Oh, it's unlucky, isn't it? Just clipping her heel. If she could have received that, she'd have been in. Now Lightfoot, as Suckley going around the outside and doesn't find her. Tenacious defending by Denscombe. Chance to break there, though. Clark again intervening. Yeah, Clark did so well then to intercept, didn't she? That's what we need to look for as Lovett fouls Curl, who is not amused. Yeah, we've got to avoid what Briton Ferry were just doing to us. They're not a great sort of constructive passing team, but they're physical, and they'll keep putting awkward balls in behind that you struggle to clear, and then you create a loose ball to fight for closer to the goal, and they just creep forwards in increments, and they set themselves up well to make it difficult for you to pass your way out. And Clark intervening and intercepting and drilling an accurate pass forwards opened them up, and that's what we've got to be able to do. Be patient and then step in when necessary. As the referee has shown a yellow card there for something off the ball. Like I said, stuff did go on off the ball last Sunday, and it appears to be... Actually, is it Phoebe Davis who's been boxed? I'm not sure. I thought it was the Briton Ferry player who showed the yellow card to, but which is Richardson. So it was Davis, I think. I said there was stuff going on off the ball quite a lot, and they do have a reputation for that, Briton Ferry. Say physical in many ways, sharp again with a good header, and that's not troubling Craven as Llewellyn tries to pivot and hit that. The messy coda says it's great the Wrexham women's team are playing at the SToK Cae Ras. Makes such a difference to show the value of the game and how women's football deserves the same facilities and support to be able to keep growing. Absolutely correct. Cara Jones's miscontrols. 100% correct. And Messi Koda, I hope you got over the imaginary stomach upset you faked yesterday so that you could watch the game. It was you, wasn't it? I think. Richardson's won another throw. Well, Richardson's really been very patient. You'd think it was a minute left. That was... Well, they're not complaining. I thought that was clearly a Briton Ferry throw. But it goes Wrexham's way. Davis with it. Good take by Iddendon, but an equally good tackle. Owen. Smitham helps it on. Important challenge by Cairns. Wrexham need to pick up the seconds here as well. Lightfoot does, and that's a good idea. Cairns, though, it'll just not quite get there. But Briton Ferry are having a phase here where they're putting us under pressure. It's not pretty to watch, but I'm not knocking them. They've had a fantastic season. This is their style of play. It's been their style of play for a few years under Rhys James. He's really set the team up well. And it's hard to play against. They've beaten Cardiff, they've beaten Swansea, they've beaten us, they've beaten TNS, they've beaten all the strong sides. And they won at TNS in the last away game. And you know, TNS play a similar style to us. And their manager before the game was talking about how pleased he was, showing that it's not just on their tight sloping pitch at home that they can make this style work, that they can also cause problems to sides on their own backyards on bigger pitches. Love it. Good tackle. Lightfoot launching it half away. Love it. There's again good illustration of what they look to do, just turning the defence. Love it. Didn't have much on there, and as a result they win a throw level the edge of the area. And we need to ride out this spell where they impose their style and try to then get the ball down and pass our way out. Then scum again. That's a good turn. Danger here. Great tackle. Clark did ever so well. Going to ground, getting the foot in. It's into a good area. Again, it's Clark who's there. Ridings, he scored against us from a set piece at the start of the season at Briton Ferry, just lurking then. She'd lost her marker. Clark has to make sure she won that. But the pressure continues. Broadly with the throw-in. The centre-backs have gone back now. Oakley back to her. And that was an awkward one as it came out of the sun. Sharps managed to get enough on it, and then the backspin takes it away from Phoebe Davis. Janice, Wrexham fan, Chicago, asks, do the people of the UK dislike spring forward as much as we do? Of course, we've gone forwards an hour. There's always debate last couple of years about getting rid of it, but it seems to me people are sort of divided. I don't think people feel that strongly about it. I think. So in swinger, there's two short options, pulling defenders out, but it's a poor delivery. And Wrexham needs to just get a grip back on this, get the crowd involved in it as well. Craven. Lightfoot gets across well, but again, Briton Ferry can continue this formula. Win the loose balls, get throws, get set pieces, just keep grinding down at us. Again, that's a lovely turn once more from Curl. Lee Jones getting a foot in. And again, shouting for handball, Briton Ferry. Phooey. It was a big shout. I didn't know there were so many fans here. Fair play to him. It was Lee Jones scrapping away against Walcliffe. It's very difficult to say anything definitive. I'm not convinced looking at that, but worth a shout. You never know, put a bit of pressure on the ref. We won't have VAR to fall back on, I can promise you. Ridings again making that arcing run to try and lose their marker, which is Clark. And again, it's Clark who gets there. Now Broadley, as Wrexham come out, not effectively though, and it's in. And Wrexham will be so disappointed there with a slow coming out from the set piece. They've been dictating the terms to us for the last 5, 6, 10 minutes. And they've taken the lead, Briton Ferry. It was a goal back in, and we didn't all evacuate the box, quite frankly. It was a ragged line at the back, and when it was stood back in by Richardson, no question that it's onside. A nicely taken, glancing header. Craven had no chance. And Wrexham fall behind here at the racecourse. Wrexham, like I said, we've not got our energy and our passing rhythm going yet. Ridings will have to work to stop that going for the corner, and does so. We are, of course, really good on set pieces. We have great delivery from corners, and wouldn't mind a few of them just to get us going. Hiddenden. Been very fighting so hard though, aren't they? Challenge from Lovett, no foul given. Cairns fighting away too, and in the end, short pull and a bit of afters. We've seen Walkley and Lovett. Like I said, they are not scared of a fight. In fact, the more a game descends into a sort of grappling match, the more they want it. Good foot in then by Cairns. Throw in goes Briton Ferry's way. It's a constant complaint to the referee from Smithen, who wanted a free kick and stayed on the floor sitting there complaining to him for a heck of a long time. Lightfoot can't get the foot in. Now then, Hiddenden has got Suckley going beyond her. But again, they work so hard off the ball. Hiddenden's won it back and looking. Gets the throw. Wrexham needs to get a grip on this game. Needs to start moving that ball around. Lovett to take the throw. It's a good foot in by Sharp. Ruby Slippers says, drat, shake it off, ladies. Absolutely. And then Suckley battling away. Ball in, that's a dangerous ball. Well read by Broadley. Lee Jones just couldn't quite get there. But that's more like it, and the crowd are encouraged. Our first corner. And Cara Jones already signalling. Lily Jones made a great burst ahead of the strikers there. Broadley had to be quick. Right, in swinger. Some of a crowd of players around the penalty spot. Suckley lurks under the bar. They split now, and Phoebe Davis has totally lost her marker already. And it's in towards her. Important header clear now then. Briton Ferry can break here. Owen runs into trouble. The retreating Phoebe Davis gets her foot in. But yeah, on that set piece then, Briton Ferry decided they wanted somebody in front of the near post, and so Davis's marker just ran away from her. If only we could have put her in for Davis to attack, but couldn't find it. Now then, the game looks a little bit stretched, how we want it. Cairns is available, Lightfoot to Clark. Good ball, Suckley receives it well. Iddenden Jones stretching play. Lightfoot doesn't find it. Iddenden unlucky. That was a real chance to get right round behind Briton Ferry's defence, but this is more like it. Certainly it's more like we'll be planning to do, carrying the ball forwards, forcing them back, finding spaces in behind them. We're in the channels. That's inaccurate from Clark, but that's good from Cairns. Iddenden drills it. Good decisive defending. That from Llewellyn. Saw the danger, stepped out to block. This is a good response to going behind. Cara Jones, left-footed cross, not enough on it. She fights back typically well. Suckley. Davis, that's nice. Just took a bit off it to find Lily Jones, but to bounce deceived her. Good tackle from Lily Jones. Lightfoot will scrap for that. The back spin helped her. Suckley's scrapping too. Wrexham doing what Briton Ferry doing, working hard to create second balls. That's nice. Cairns to Suckley to Iddenden. Clark now. This is an important challenge. That Walkley just got a toe onto it. And that'll go for a throw to Wrexham. I'm sorry, Messi Coda. Messi Coda says, my wife just heard you. Remember I said about his fake stomach upset. Oh dear, the ref's got to stop play. Owen's been whacked on the head. That didn't look good. Davis launched it. Owen was close in. She's got up alright, but let's make sure she's okay. Yeah, Messi Coda said, my wife just heard you and said, the truth comes out now, does it? Remember I said he had faked a stomach upset yesterday to be able to watch the game. Thanks, mate. But it was a real tummy upset, I promise. Yeah, I know, I could tell it was. Just happened to have I follow my mobile while hiding in the loo. Yeah, exactly. It sounded like a genuine medical emergency to me, Messi Coda, don't worry. The messy element of your name's unfortunate in the circumstances, but you know what I mean. There from the drop balls, a nice pass. Iddenden's asking a bit, and Cairns does well. Cute from Cara Jones. Good ball back by Cairns. Now free in the middle to aim for. Good ball in as well. The keeper fumbles. Yes, Iddenden scores. Abby Iddenden from a tight angle drills that ball home, and we responded so well to going behind. But that was much more what we're all about, wasn't it? Really nice combination play between Cairns and Jones. The crowd love that. And it was a horrible ball in to deal with for Courtney Young, the keeper. Cara Jones drilling it in. His body's around it. She doesn't see it till late. And Iddenden, well, what a good finish from a tight angle that is. Wrexham, yes, good take by Iddenden, isn't it? It's got defenders getting in the way. The keeper is also blocking her path. But Abby Iddenden kept her cool and continues her excellent scoring record. Wrexham wants handball, not given. Walkley's managed to squeeze the ball down the line to Owen. Davis does well to win the throw. Now, can Wrexham kick on from that? Lee Jones dispossessed. That's not the best pass. Great tackle that by Davis. I think the refs pulled it back for a shirt pull rather than Davis's challenge, which was typical, uncompromising, well-timed challenge. So Wrexham respond well to going behind, but now, again, the thing we want to avoid, set pieces in our own half, not just for the immediate danger, but for the chance for Briton Ferry to pen us in. Good header, clear that. Lightfoot, Wrexham on the break once more, overhit though by Lightfoot. Lily Jones is after that. Lovett's done really well to win that header. Wrexham struggling to get the ball out again. Offside flag helps us out. I mean, the thing is, like I said, it cuts up rough against Briton Ferry. Are you able to match them physically and battle and win your individual battles? We did that on Sunday, and we're doing okay now again, recovering as SToK mishits that. But Cairns still gets there. Does really well to ride 2 challenges. Unlucky as a big tackle that from Ridings. And then a lovely play by Clark. Lightfoot now has got 3 in the middle to aim for, but the flag's up. Frustrating for her. But Wrexham, we know we're in a game, but at least we pulled ourselves back level. Remember, if you want to get any more Ask Wrexham questions at half time, I'd be delighted to chat about them through the break. There's some good ones already. Ruby Slippers says, I hope some of the mums got sunscreen in their Mother's Day baskets if they're attending today's game. It looks so sunny in the stand. It does, doesn't it? It's sort of chilly, but it's sunny. Crofts, that's good turn. She is so dangerous, and she's not been involved at all. That was a good idea, but Davis intercepts well, and now Iddenden. Jones playing a sort of ball which allows us to put pressure on. Broadley has done really well again. She does like that little turn, immediate turn on the inside. Will she try it once too often and get red? Here's Craven. So confident with the ball at her feet as well. Cara Jones can't keep hold of it though. Good tackle again by Sharp on Owen. Now Lily Jones opening the pitch up. 2 strikers ahead of Lightfoot. Good ball. Now only Suckley's ahead of Iddenden, but the midfielder's trying to get up and support. Iddenden taking on Ridings. Good tackle. She's such a robust fighting defender, Ridings. She really is. Real battler. Captain and leads by example. Sets the tone. Cairns. That's a brilliant ball then. Unlucky. What a good ball from Cairns. Ripped that in. And a header just couldn't control it. Suckley. Look at Cairns, just measures it, has a look up. Beautiful ball in. Suckley just can't quite direct it accurately. But Cairns with a great piece of creativity. And then Suckley. Wrexham win the throw. The pace of this game's livened up as the game's gone on. It's ambitious from Iddenden, but nice idea, but difficult execution. Yeah, Rathbone's warming blanket is watching so close, says about the header. Yeah, it was unlucky, wasn't it? Yeah, Chip Pate says about the Iddenden goal, tight angle was an understatement. Let's get another. And Vic Schutzing, great equaliser. Surprised it stayed in play, indeed. It's a nasty one to deal with, wasn't it, for Young, though. Jones put it into a horrible area. And with players running across her as well, it was difficult to get a clear sight of it. Lightfoot fighting to keep that in. Throw goes Wrexham's way in the halfway line. Ridings. Wrexham putting good pressure on and forcing the error. Didn't know well that. Ball's just rolled away from Cara Jones. That's unlucky. I thought she was going to retrieve that and be able to run to the defence. She's standing up well to Owen. Sharp has got Craven in support and uses her. Lovett wants it. Craven, I think, is going to go direct. It's a little bit windy here, and I just think sometimes, it's a lovely ball. Suckley finds Iddenden, plays attack in the box for her. Tight angle again. Good recovery, defending. Lovely skill though, and Ridings has to come across to put out the fire. Still Iddenden as well, creates a loose ball. Jones into the box again, and this time it's Denscombe getting rid of it. Wrexham starting to ask real questions, starting to find space in behind the fullbacks. Davis, good interception. Cara Jones, it's the right idea. Just out of Cairns' reach. Richardson did well to usher the ball safely to a teammate. Clark wins the header. But here's Curl looking for the pace of Crofts. She's dangerous. It's a decent strike. It's in! Wow. I thought that was going wide. I've got to be honest. I think Craven may have thought that as well. But like I said, Crofts is dangerous. She's a good player going forwards. She's got the pace. Lovett stuck with her well. But after Curl picked her out, Crofts drilled it perfectly inside the off the post. I want to blow. Justin Wrexham recovered so well to go in behind. Yeah, Curl fed it wide. Lovett stuck with Crofts well. So Crofts got terrific pace, but she drilled it across. And it's just perfect placement, isn't it? In off the post. She's very wide, but it's the perfect finish. And we fall behind again. But remember, if we know anything about this Wrexham side, they have got heart in abundance. They've shown that all season. So here we are behind once more. Craven. Just too much on it for Iddenden. Smith feeding it to Curl. Good work by Lovett. Just to keep working hard. Like I say, Briton Ferry get up the pitch well. Lovett's no, not somebody who's frightened of a scrap mind. Cairns looking to feed it forwards. Lily Jones. Awkward one to defend, and Iddenden makes it hers. Lightfoot, good ball. Now Clark had a quick look around the corner to see if anything was out wide. Jones had gone into the box though, and that made Clark hesitate, and the tackle was able to come in. Closing in on half time. Davis looks for Suckley. Walkley mishit that, but Crofts will have it and help it quickly on to Curl. Lovett, that's the right ball, punched out to Lightfoot. Two strikers are in support. Cairns getting up there too. Here's Iddenden. Space for Lily Jones Fansdale to shoot. Oh, she's got it. Looking to, I think, pick out Cara Jones there. Didn't get it quite right. Iddenden wins the header. Riding's away. Good take that by Walkley, but Lily Jones does well. Cairns, that's nice. Now here's Suckley going for the spectacular. And she can make that work. But on that occasion, Young was back on her line. Philip Roberts says the excitement at the university might be a Lego event. Wrexham University Sports Centre. Yeah, fair play. As the ball's flicked on through to Wrexham. We're running out of time in this first half for Wrexham to strike back. Cairns. Vic Schutz is right, saying looks like the passes have mostly been just barely off their mark, a little more accurate, and we'd be owning possession and setting the tone. Yeah, and we need to do that. You're quite right. We need to be getting that ball down, just making sure with the passes. We've not been quite at the level we normally are in terms of passing. And it's got to be remembered as well. I mean, it's brilliant playing at the racecourse. It's not actually home advantage as such, because we've only played on this pitch 3 times in competitive matches, so it's not like this is very familiar. Broadly down the line. Richardson did well to touch that on. Jones, that's good. Suckley, good idea. But Iddenden had come narrow. It's not been quite clicking, but you can't help feeling at half time there'll be a major reset. I've always said this is such a well-prepared, well-coached team, Wrexham. Davis does well to come out with the ball. I think it's a minute being shown there. Oh, 2 minutes. Oh, no, 1 minute. So, under pressure, Davis drills it. Good control by Cairns. Clark. That's a throw. So, very little time left. Can Wrexham get one last threat in? Clark. Idenden. Llewellyn's come out from the back. Tight to her. They managed to get it. And there we are. Half time. Wrexham trail 2-1 at half time. Lily Jones sprinting back into the changing room. She wants to get in there and get the team reorganised. Wrexham will be frustrated with that first half though. Started okay, but then conceded after a long spell where the game was going the way Briton Ferry would have wanted to. Breaking play up. And we fought back well, got the equaliser, but then Croft strikes again against us, as she did in the Adran Trophy early in the season for Cumbrae Celtic. The first half highlights. Suckley creating an opportunity. Idenden standing the ball to the far post. Lightfoot just couldn't quite get there. It wasn't far from drifting in at the far post. Then at the other end it was Owen running at Davis and cutting inside well. Drilled a shot, but Craven had it covered as it went wide. And a chance on the edge of the box for Suckley, who had to ride the tackle. Got off a right-footed shot, just couldn't quite find the bottom left corner. There was a handball shout, of course. Walkley after it, drills it in. I mean, I don't know, is Lily Jones' hand that far away from the body? But Briton Ferry did take the lead. Broadly standing the ball in, and a really nice header across Craven. Nothing Craven could do about that. It was perfectly placed. Richardson heading the ball beyond it, and they were delighted. Taunting the Wrexham fans, some of it. Not sure that was necessary, but anyway, lovely move to equalise. Cairns and Cara Jones combining. Jones a vicious ball in. Courtney Young couldn't deal with it, and Idenden from a tight angle kept her cool. It's a great combination between Jones and Cairns. And wow, that's a heck of a finish by Idenden. And Wrexham look good at that point. We're getting back on top, making chances. This lovely ball in by Cairns, whipping a beauty in, and Suckley just mistimes the header trying to go for the top corner. Idenden then breaking down the right hand side. It's good recovery from Llewellyn, brilliant shot back, and Ridings made a huge challenge before the goal that puts Briton Ferry ahead. Crofts running at Lovis, drilling it across Craven. May have misjudged it maybe. And it goes in off the far post. Got to be said, beautifully placed shot. And Wrexham go in 2-1 down. It's going to be a battle in the second half, as we've seen here and last Sunday. Briton Ferry are hard to play against, very hard to play against. But Wrexham are also hard to play against because we play with belief and heart. So let's see exactly what the second half will bring. But they'll want to up their levels, Wrexham, no question. We didn't hit the sort of form that we normally have done. Let's have a look at some Ask Wrexham questions. Straight away, just a bit of housekeeping. Shark Chow says, who was it got the yellow? Well, it was a bit confusing, but I think it was Phoebe Davis. There was stuff going on at the bottom. Like I said, as part of Briton Ferry's DNA, it cuts up rough against them, on and off the ball. And something went on from a set piece, and I got to be honest, I thought it was the Briton Ferry player who was booked at first, but I think it was Davis. It looked like it seemed to be Davis who was getting singled out. There was no argument either way. Is Sherry the Wrexham fan? Oh, your banner is here, doing you proud, representing you. Although, of course, it's the same side as the camera, so you can't see it. She said, hang on, I've lost it now. Oh dear. It's a frustrating first half, but keep the faith. Absolutely, this is a team that doesn't give up. Messi Coda, that second goal was a sucker punch to the gut. As High Desert Dragon has designed a Lego race course. Like I said, there's that Lego event going on at the university, which has caused congestion around the place. That does look kind of good, actually. I think your floodlights are a bit large, though. I mean, but we do have massive floodlights. Maybe that's just playing into the brand. I like it. That's very good. That's on Blue Sky and Ask Wrexham, if you want to have a look at it. It's a fine piece of work. Yes, Steve saying Iddenden is sneaking up on Suckley for the most goals this season. What a great pair they make. Yes, you're absolutely right. And fair play to Iddenden, who I would have previously suggested her excellent approach play was better than her finishing, but she is really starting to bang the goals in now, and she's such a good player. I mean, you can see it today when maybe things aren't quite as fluent as they have been in recent matches. She's been at her usual levels, moving the ball around nicely. I'm just getting the stats up now to have a look at them. I've opened up men's stats by mistake, I do beg your pardon. But yeah, she's been really superb for us since she arrived in the summer. Yeah, I mean the stats, I'm just looking here. So she's, how many games in a row has she scored in now? Firstly, Iddenden has scored now in 4 games in a row. I mean, that's not bad, is it? For starters, either Iddenden or Suckley, counting this game, has scored in the last 7 matches. Gosh, really not bad at all. Lily Jones then scored against TNS. Every game since then, one of them has scored, and also Suckley scored a hat-trick in the game before that as well. So not bad, not bad. And then when we look at the totals for this season, they are also very, very scary, because in terms of goals and assists, they are quite the combination. So thus far this season, Suckley's got 16 goals. This is her 18th start. Iddenden has got 13 goals counting today. This is her 17th start. And then in terms of assists, because Suckley's the top scorer in the division with 16, well, with 11 in the league, Iddenden is the top assist maker in all competitions. Iddenden has got 15 assists. Gosh, in 17 starts counting today. Those are numbers. And I also worked out, I put it in the preview, that quite apart from that, over the last 7 games where they've both been in fabulous form, as well, Rosie Hughes has had a goal involvement every 37 and a half minutes. So she's coming off the bench and making impacts. So, and we do have that option, of course, today. So there's plenty to play for now. It's not over yet, and yeah, as was said on Ask Wrexham by the River Wanders, no lack of heart, that's for sure. The more we challenge possession, the more errors Briton Ferry make. That's absolutely right. Steve saying plenty of time to get that one back. Yep, 100%. Carla GS says, what's the size difference between the Rock and the Racehorse? Are the pitches the same size? The Racecourse is definitely bigger, but oh gosh, there's maximum and minimum pitch sizes. There's no set pitch size. So Briton Ferry's is small compared to most. I am very reluctant to trust online pitch measurements, just because at some point the club has submitted a pitch measurement doesn't mean it's correct. So I wouldn't trust online pitch measurements if you want to look them up and see. I mean, obviously the Rock's going to have difficulty as it's 4G changing the dimensions, but we certainly could. I mean, there's a fair strip of grass at this side in front of us. The pitch used to be wider. And the pitch will be moved slightly, won't it, as well, I believe, when it's relayed this summer. The plan initially, as I understand it, was that the pitch would be moved to allow larger, I don't know what the phrase, what the phrase is in rugby, try areas, like an end zone in American football. I know nothing about American football, so it shows you how little I know or care about rugby, that I have to use an American football phrase because I don't know what the rugby equivalent is. But yeah, I think the idea was to have international rugby here and to have more space behind the goals. And I've got to be honest, I immediately wasn't sure about this. I thought, this is a football ground, and I'd rather the fans are close to the action, not least because a bit of noise, of course, and fans close to the action can influence it, but also because that's our primary interest, rather than be able to hold a few rugby matches here, which will probably be, the rugby union international games aren't going to go away from South Wales, so I'm not quite sure we'd get enough reward for doing that. Anyway, I think now the pitch movement, as I understand it, isn't because of that, but is because they're trying to create a little bit of room to redevelop other parts of the ground, so make a little bit more space for maybe a new stand or a stand expansion, which is in the pipeline. That's my understanding of it anyway. Never assume I know what I'm talking about. It would be an enormous overestimation of what I know. Trust me. Chip paint, yeah, my colour acuity, that's a nice use of the word, must be off today. Yeah, I think you need to, having just read this, you definitely need to change the controls on whatever screen you're watching. Every time we play the ball back to Lizzie Craven, I think she's a Briton Ferry attacker wandering offside. That's what she has, light blue. Yeah. Yeah, you have to watch out for that. Right, having a look. Yeah, get your monitor sorted, or your TV, or whatever it is. Let's have a look at the ones I said I'd get back to. Oh, right. Janice, Wrexham fan in Chicago, said, do the women's opponents appreciate playing at the SToK Cae Ras? Yes, I think they do. I mean, this is a historic stadium. It used to be the regular venue for the men's national team. So when you look back at, I suppose you would describe now as a bit of a golden age, or around this time for Welsh football, as we're now qualifying for tournaments. I mean, it's got to be said, part of the reason we can qualify for tournaments, it's easier now to qualify for tournaments. It used to be European Championship, well, it was 8 teams. Before 1980, it wasn't really a tournament, and Wales got to the last 8, but everyone's forgotten about it because they were played home and away. But the quarter-final was played here. So yeah, now there's more teams in tournaments, there's more places, and we qualify more. But the previous golden age really would be the 70s and 80s, corresponding to an extent with Wrexham's golden age. And the racecourse is where we'd play all the big games then, and Wales had a fantastic record at the racecourse as well. It was obviously controversial for us up here when the games were taken down south, but it was also controversial in terms of football fans in general, and indeed the Welsh squad, because in the early 80s, in the famous team with Ian Rush and Mark Hughes, we were fantastic here. I remember as a kid watching us beat England 4-1. England were the favourites to win European Championships, but in the lead up to that they played here, and it was a competitive game. We used to have the home internationals, which was a little championship where England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales played each other once, and then a real league table, and we beat England 4-1 here, and they went to the European Championships demoralised and underperformed. And then 2 years later, because you'd alternate home or away, England came here again and we won 1-0. Mark Hughes on his debut, if I remember correctly, scoring. The famous win over Spain was here too, the 3-0 victory. We had all sorts of wins, and when a decisive World Cup qualifier against Scotland was moved down to Swansea, there was all sorts of uproar, not just from us North Walians, but the squad. Apparently the only player in the squad who wanted to play it in Swansea was one of our reserve fullbacks, Slatter, who was English actually. His family came from Bristol, and he wanted his family to be able to come easily to watch the match. We drew and went out. But yeah, there was a lot of anger amongst the squad that they wanted to play here because they were comfortable as the Wrexham staff go out. So this is, it's a proper historic stadium. I mean, it's also big. This is a huge occasion. So for the Briton Ferry players to be playing here is genuinely terrific, and they will relish it. I'm absolutely sure, certainly if the score stays like this, eh? So, yeah, we have motivated opponents, no question about that. There was another Ask Wrexham. Where was it? I'm sure I liked it, and I got a gut feeling it was at Chip Pate again. Oh yes, Big Len, happy Mother's Day to all you lovely ladies. You sound like you're playing a big room in Vegas. I know about Phoebe Davis, but how many moms do we have in the squad? It is just Phoebe. She is the only mum. And Nancy may well be here as out come the teams. Wrexham warming up. I'm afraid I can't see the one that... Oh yes, Chip, I got it. Chip said, when you're on this opposite side from the cameras, how do you compensate in your commentary knowing you see him play moving in the opposite direction than your audience? Well, I naturally compensate because I've always been a radio commentator really more than a audio commentator. Wrexham fans, you can see there in good voice on the stream. Good crowd here today, as always, to support the women's team at the racecourse. Because I'm a radio commentator, I've always avoided saying going to the left or going to the right, because I feel like if you can't see the game, that means nothing to you. It's only recently been pointed out, maybe I'm wrong, because maybe if you want a picture of it, it's nice to imagine it like, from my perspective, for a listener. So I have sort of reconsidered a bit, but I haven't taken it into account yet. It hasn't come naturally to me, so I don't think I've been doing it in the commentary. So basically, I don't tend to say left or right. So it's just something that I've picked up. As Hugh Burkhead, our announcer, gets the crowd going. Here we go, Briton Ferry, second half. Wrexham needs to get closer to the sort of levels we've been establishing in recent weeks when we've been utterly outstanding. We haven't quite managed to exploit, but to be fair, Briton Ferry need a lot of credit for that. They have put us under a lot of pressure. They are good at what they do. It's not pretty football, but I'm not judging that, really. Football's about getting results. Briton Ferry most certainly do that. Here's Phoebe Davis. Oh, under pressure. Turned into trouble. She needs to stand up there, and she does. That's a good ball out now then. Can Wrexham break? The striker's split. Didn't want it over the top. That ball is played just under hit. Llewellyn's there. And Wrexham get the free kick. Late challenge by Owen. Davis will take the free kick then. Oh, that's a great turn by Cara Jones. Unlucky, just ran out of pitch. Unfortunate. Broadly then with the throw. Some fighting to win it back. Something for Iddenden to chase after. She protects it so well, doesn't she? That's a lovely idea. Suckley just beaten to it. That's great cover. Denscombe got across. Here's Iddenden. Throws just a bit under hit, and I think Iddenden took a knock as well there. I think she took a hand in the face. Briton Ferry just happy to slow things down here. And then that's good. Positive first touch, driving forwards, but then the pass isn't right. Trying really hard, Lily Jones there to try and take the game to Briton Ferry like she does, but couldn't quite get it right. Still, we need that spark that someone like her can provide. Denscombe. Heavy touch, but Walker gets away with it. Lightfoot with the tackle. Clark. Wrexham want the handball. They've worked out a tight area well though. Cairns. Suckley just changed their run. Cairns looking to play it down the right channel just as Suckley ran across the centre back and went down the left. Unlucky. That was on. That's good work to win the ball back. Suckley now looking to latch onto this. Good pressure. Wrexham get the throw. Here's Suckley. Nicely done. Jones's delivery is good. Iddenden just beaten to it. Determined defending again by Ridings. Iddenden lurking, threatening once more. So, an away swinger. Lily Jones lurks on the edge. Cairns is offering short. Cara Jones. Well, no one's going to have to pick up Cairns. We've got runners on the edge of the D ready to come in. Clark lurking there as well. Clipped into a good area, that's good take by Young. Is into a good area. We weren't really able to get bodies into that area though, and Young could take it without any pressure on it. Here's Lovett now. Clark. Craven. Davis. Little ball around the corner, didn't have enough on it. Davis intercepts. Here's Lily Jones again. That's a good touch by Curl. Can Crofts get the shot off? She can. Good save. Rebounds important. Sharp does brilliantly. Looks like a foul that to me on Sharp. But that was a hell of a good save by Craven and an important intervention by Sharp. Now the fans are lifted by that great piece of defending, and Suckley's done superbly. Iddenden now has got players sprinting into the middle. Good cover by Llewellyn, but wow, that is why Craven, I would argue, is the best keeper in this division now. Brilliant save low to her right. That's a good return pass. Now then, Iddenden once more. Into a good area, is it? No. But Wrexham indebted to the goalkeeper there. And to Katie Sharp, who made a super tackle under the bar. It was a good strike by the dangerous Crofts. And Craven did really well to get down to her right. Wrexham scrapping once more on Cairns. Does really well. Iddenden. Suckley unlucky. Ridings did really well to step out and get a foot to that. Cairns fighting once more. That's good. And Wrexham fighting for those loose balls. Determined. Quick throw in. That's good work by Suckley. She surely was fouled. Ref doesn't give it. Iddenden back to goals. Done well to bring it down. Couldn't find a teammate. Offside given against Iddenden. Surprised about that. She looked to be surrounded by defenders, but offside. Fair enough. Yeah, but that save earlier was quite something. Great work by Craven. Wrexham looking to get back into this game. It's Courtney Young, experienced keeper for Briton Ferry. He's done really well for them this season. It's helped on by Richardson, who's been a massive signing for them from Cardiff. Played more as a striker for Cardiff, but is more of a strong midfielder for Briton Ferry and does a really, really good job. Here's Davis. That's nicely worked. Lily Jones. Ooh, the back pass under hit. There's a huge chance. There's Craven's beaten and it's free. Oh, uncharacteristic mistake by Phoebe Davis, and Walkley latches on, kept her cool, and Wrexham 3-1 down. Well, they love party pooping, Briton Ferry. And Walkley's managed to pick up on that mistake by Phoebe Davis. Like I say, uncharacteristic mistake. Real blow for Wrexham. And now, as the crowd still make good noise, Davis, she just topped it, didn't she? Just hit the top half of the ball, hit it into the ground. And Sharp did well to get back, but Walkley kept her head. Did well to beat Craven. Craven's good in the one-on-ones, but lovely change of direction. It's a hard tackle by Walkley on Sharp. Sharp is hurt. Here's Owen. It's Craven's ball. Like I said, Wrexham 4 points behind Briton Ferry. Really probably need to win this to come second. There's only 2 games left. Oh, now, mistake. SToK. Looking for Clark under hit sits, but Clark's forced an error from Denscombe. Denscombe now looks to be hurt. Sharp looks to be moving freely. Love it. Can Wrexham really get the bit between their teeth? As we did when we played at the Rock in the first phase and we won 3-0 in a terrific performance. Here's Cara Jones. She has Indon in support. SToK in the middle. Too much on it for her, but it's corner. There's plenty of time left. But 2 goals down to the second place team would be tough. Well, I'm 7 points behind them after this match. Obviously, we're not going to finish second, are we? Jones drilling it in. Lily Jones is there and wins another corner. Cardiff are winning 1-0 against TNS as Jones really drilled that in, looking for a namesake. So here is Cara Jones once more. Clips into the same sort of area. Clark, that's a good block, another corner. That was a good ball in that. Clark stopped though by Llewellyn. It was an important intervention that. It's paid a price for it as well. But yeah, it's genuinely laying your body on the line. Cara Jones has got a short option. She's not going to use... Oh, she might use it. Lee Jones has pulled out again. No, she's going to deliver. Which I think is wise. Because she's put the last 2 into testing areas. Suckley's on the keeper. Lots of movement around the penalty spot. Clark has lost it. Marker gets a header in. Blocked. Crowd shout for handball. Referee immediately signalled that it wasn't. Half chance though. Good delivery. Clark lost her marker well. Is that a foul throw? No, it isn't. Edmonton's pass too strong though, and Cara Jones not happy to be penalised there. It was a nice set piece though, wasn't it, by Cara Jones. Clark lost her marker well, but her effort was blocked. If you frustrated Wrexham, they've been in such glorious form. Wrexham are going to make a triple change, no messing around here on the Wrexham bench. Lightfoot is coming off. And Rebecca Pritchard will come on. But Cairns coming off. Rosie Hughes coming on. Suckley may well drop into midfield. Mary Gibbert's coming on for Phoebe Davis. So may well be maybe Clark dropping off into the back 3. Yes, it is. So triple change by Wrexham to try and make a difference. Hughes will go up front now, alongside Indon, with Suckley attacking from midfield, and that's Croft is quick there, but Craven was in control of it. Suckley scrapping for it. Also, Cara Jones now will switch flanks, of course. Here is Jones. Good at cutting inside from these positions, but picks out Ridings. Well, it's a shuffle of the pack, and I think it was necessary. We've got over half an hour left, so if it works, Wrexham will have scope and time to fight back into this game. So the back 3 now, Clark, Sharp and Lovett. Oh, Craven! Crofts hasn't quite got the angle to get the shot off. That was lucky. He's Owen now, and Sharp will clear. Gosh, that was lucky, that. A proper touch from Crofts, and it's 4-1. And then Lily Jones' pass was just too strong, wasn't it? Was hooked on by Walkley. There's an option out wide. Poor pass now. Can Wrexham play their way out from here? Suckley in a new deeper position. Yeah, I was just going through the team, was nice. So it's now Clark at right centre back. Sharp in the middle, Lovett on the left. The wing backs, Rebecca Pritchard on the right now. Cara Jones shifted to the left. In the middle of midfield, we have got Mary Gibbard between Ava Suckley and Lily Jones. Suckley will really look to get up and support the strikers as much as she can. And up front, Iddenden and Hughes. So it's a reshaped team, which nearly conceded then before they could settle in. Here's Pritchard, a legend of this club. Scored the goal against Briton Ferry that took us up, of course. Scored our first goal in the top level. Fighting away she was then. Ooh, Suckley really went for that. Throw-in goes Wrexham's way. So throw on the halfway line, right hand side. Clark hurrying to get things going. There's just a sense in the crowd of eagerness to sort of get involved. You can feel it. The crowd want to see something to encourage their being really sort of positive. I just need to give them something. Walkley round the corner again, just looking to turn the defence. Sharp gets rid. Oh, now defenders left her for each other for a moment. Lovett's done well. Gibbard fighting in the middle of the pitch. Iddenden backing into Llewellyn. Rosie Hughes trying to get her first touch. Wrexham throw. Cardiff now 2-0 up. Like so, winning that, they have won the title then, with 2 games to spare. That's a lovely vision and a good pick. And Gibbard goes for the big diagonal. It's a nice idea, but just too much on it. Unlucky. Iddenden drops back into midfield once more to lend her height to fight for the ball in the middle of the pitch. Good work by Suckley. Looking for Hughes. Denscombe reacted quickly to that. Lovett's beaten by Curl, but here's Lily Jones now. Pritchard says play it back to Clark. That's what Jones does, and Clark keeps it moving, and now Pritchard's got a chance to deliver here. Looks for Iddenden instead. Maybe needs to delay that pass a fraction more. And that's a good ball for Crofts, is it? No, Sharp again across the cover. Scrapping Suckley, but yeah, Briton Ferry have succeeded in turning this into the scrap that they wanted. Good tracking back by Suckley, but yeah, we've really not been able to get our passing game going. We did it more, to be honest, at Old Road, and credit to Briton Ferry for being able to execute their game plan so effectively. Clark's done well. Gibbard. Iddenden now. Hughes up with her. Yarb Tina. Surely a relation of the Yarb? Oh, hang on. Owen. Dispossessed Suckley. Sharp will come across. and run up behind. Yarbtina says, gosh, I was just thinking how dangerous it is for Craven to be so far out again. I hope she sticks closer to home now. I'm going to respectfully disagree, because I think Craven is very good with the ball at her feet, and I think her getting involved is important. It was just a really uncharacteristic error. You know, that really doesn't happen with her. But these things will occasionally, you know, you can't be 100% right. Hughes are making a good run, and it's fed down the line nicely by Pritchard, looking for Iddenden. Whose throwing is that? It's Wrexham's. He's made a nice run in the middle, but Pritchard's pass was the right option, I think, just to get Wrexham in behind. Gibbard and Pritchard are offering. Pritchard back to Iddenden. Digs out a good cross towards Hughes. Ridings is there again. Hughes will fight with her once more. Creates a loose ball. Cara Jones. Just drops the wrong side for Gibbard. Walkley will bring it away. Crofts is making a run through the middle. Gibbard trips it, and we'll get a booking for it. Second yellow of the game for Wrexham. We're pretty sure it's Phoebe Davis who got the first one. Briton Ferry again, understandably taking their time on the set piece. They have got a substitution lined up as well. Looks like it won't be immediate, but the player is stripped off. Is it Witts, the striker? That's a tester, but it's got too much on it now. Will Briton Ferry make their first change? In fact, there's going to be another triple substitution. Alison Witts, their top scorer, will come on, and she is going to replace Crofts, who's had a good game up front. So Witts, big target striker. Witts, number 14, is a real threat up front. Megan Curl is coming off. On comes Lucy Powell, who is has a good delivery from set pieces. Did really well in the phase 1 game at Old Road, putting lots of balls in that created opportunities, and came off the bench on Sunday and had a decent long range effort. Here's Witts immediately working. That's a lovely touch by Suckley, and a great ball down the flank now then. Rosie Hughes, Iddenden in the middle. Pritchard's arriving at the far post. Hughes delivers early. Iddenden, that's unlucky. Oh, that was good play. Brilliant from Suckley. Great ball by Hughes. Oh, and Iddenden so close to getting her second and pulling us back into this game. Brilliant play by Rosie Hughes. Great cross. It was a lovely pass by Suckley, who turned her immediate opponent really skillfully. Play a fine ball down the line. Here's Suckley attacking this. Iddenden wins it. It was a great effort, that, wasn't it? Just need something like that to go our way. The third change, by the way, that was made, Ella Roberts was the player who replaced Alice Broadley, who was struggling, wasn't she, at left back? She took a knock, carried on for a bit. So love it then. Can Wrexham pull something out here? We've been so good at doing that lately. Clear push, that by Sharp. I thought, and Witts, ref doesn't, or she does give it. Yeah, Witts has got 7 goals this season in the league. Wins a lot in the air, is very strong with her back to goal. And we can only assume, like I said in the team news, that the assumption was that if she got booked, she'd miss this game, so they didn't pick her on Saturday. But the fact she didn't start today suggests there's a lot more to it than that. Maybe carrying a knock. Gibbard does well to intercept that, but Walkley's fighting away. That's a Briton Ferry throw. Interestingly, the Cymru football app, which is really good because it gets the official stats sent in during the game by the actual clubs, does say that it was Tia Richardson, not Phoebe Davis, who was booked in the first half, so there's something to sort out there. Here's Lily Jones, Hughes on her own up front, but she's got a ball to fight for there and has done well. Unlucky. It was just her isolation that defeated her in the end. Love it. Typically good in the air. Gibbard. Clark. Pritchard. Good ball inside to Hughes. That's nice. The substitutes making a good impact, aren't they? Lily Jones keeping that ball moving. Robust tackle by Ridings. Hughes gets in well. The backspin gives Inden something to chase, and she's done really well to win it and to win the corner. Battling play from Wrexham. Approaching the 20 minutes left mark. Cara Jones again signals early. Players get into position. Rebecca Pritchard's on her own on the halfway line. In the end, Owen comes out to pick up. Wrexham got a lot of players lurking on the edge of the box unmarked. Jones into a good area. Good header clear as well. She'll have another go. Hughes on the keeper. Lots of players around the penalty spot. Suckley's completely lost her marker here. It's floated in behind her. Oh, I think Gibbard may have got first contact on that. Isn't done. It's... Oh, no. Disallowed. Referee's given a foul. Has he? He's pointing at the 6-yard box. It's not a goal. But why? Jones put it in. It came up off Gibbard's head. Inden. Oh. Yeah, it could be offside. Well, Wrexham unlucky. Inden scoring again from an impossible angle. I wondered whether Inden might have been offside. He might have fouled the keeper, but she certainly didn't. Disallowed. It's a shame, because that would have just made the last 20 minutes very interesting, wouldn't it? Pritchard working hard there to try and put pressure on Witts. Constructive play by Briton Ferry. Couldn't keep it in. The crowd, like I said, really wants things to happen and to get involved. They were roaring then when they thought the throw hadn't been given. I love it. In it battled as well to come out with the ball. Something for Cara Jones to chase, but Riding's always going to get there. She wanted to go out of play and it doesn't though, so Wrexham can have a throw high up the pitch. Good tackle by Lovett. Wrexham players felt it was a foul on Suckley when Richardson went in. Like I said, we think she's on a yellow. Wasn't sure who got booked. Gibbard switches play to Pritchard well. Clark. Inden does well to stretch and bring that under control. Typical touch from her. Pritchard. Wrexham again got bodies forward. Good ball by Suckley. Love it. Oh, Suckley just took her eye off the ball there. Witts. Craven's got plenty of time. Love it. Hooks it on. Battles away. Does well. Cara Jones, was she fouled? Yeah, ref did well. It was. Referee tried to let the game go on. Yarb Tina is the Yarb. Fair enough. At least we know this. And then says that header so close. Proof we can get back in this. Absolutely right. Lily Jones's free kick again. Ridings just makes it hers. Clark. I think that was a shot. And Lovett overdone that. Ruby Slippers says, "Oh my God, I hate football." Yeah, don't worry. The good thing about football, there's always another game coming up soon. Wrexham all the way. Do we think that some of the inaccurate passes have been caused by the fact that pitch is so much bigger, therefore the ball needs to be kicked just that bit harder, maybe catching the ladies out? I wonder whether it's about linked to that, like the distances on the pitch and between players, in a more cramped pitch. I won't say cramped necessarily, but a slightly tighter pitch, you can get the ball down and move it around quite crisply, whereas we're slightly more spread out trying to create space, and as a result of that just having to stretch our passing game a bit more. I don't know. I don't think there's a huge difference, mind, in here and the Rock. Here in Briton Ferry, I would say there's a decent differential, but remember, being higher up makes it look like the pitch is bigger. It's a good ball by Craven, isn't it? Pritchard's done well too. She's done well since she's come on. Wits. Good tackle, Suckley. But that's a nice pass now then. Walkley running it sharp. Great skill. Can she finish? Good save by Craven. She hurt herself, I think, in doing so. Ref needs to stop play here as Briton Ferry take the shot. Referee only blows his whistle after it deflects wide. Well, I'm not sure, but that was a hell of a save by Craven, but it wasn't exactly sporting, was it, really? Having a shot with the keeper down on the floor, and the referee, well, I felt caused a problem for himself by not blowing the whistle earlier. It was great work, wasn't it, by Walkley? But that long-range shot came in, was deflected just wide. It was typical work by Craven, the one-on-one, got out so quickly. Did really well to stand up and save it. Idendon and Hughes getting instruction from the sides of the pitch. Lizzie Craven, thank goodness, is up and able to carry on. And there's the ref giving her a drop ball. It seems he is. Like I said, he'd have given himself a real problem if he hadn't. He blew his whistle, but he waited until he saw the shot go wide. If it had gone in, I don't know what would he have done, because by blowing the whistle as it just went wide, he's able to give the ball back to Wrexham. I think he should have stopped the game a lot sooner and done that, or given it back to Briton Ferry. But if that ball had gone in, he would have had to give a goal if he hadn't blown his whistle beforehand. Love it. Idendon. Going for the big ball, Lily Jones. Pritchard's going to sprint after that from a hell of a long distance and force the error. Great attitude that by Pritchard. And she's getting on with it quickly. Suckley fighting away too. That's brilliant. There's a poor tackle on it. Ref's looking to play advantage, and I think it's right to play it back, and that's got to be a card, surely. Yeah. That was a wild challenge by Llewellyn on Suckley. Free kick level the edge of the area. Emma Southern warming up on the sides of the pitch. She's the last remaining outfield sub that Wrexham have. 18-year-old youth player. Has made a couple of sub appearances for Wrexham and has done really well in them. She's good on the ball as well as physically strong. She played on Friday in a 3-1 loss to TNS for the under-19s. We're approaching the last 10 minutes. Can we make something of this? Lily Jones stands on the free kick. Good area into Gibbard attacks. Well, that's a corner. Cara Jones is quickly across. She has short options. Suckley wanted it. She'll now make her way into the box. That's into a good area once more. Again, Briton Ferry just getting to the second balls in the goal mouth. Here's Lee Jones. Good work. Excellent work. Crowd loving that. Desperate defending. Inden. Young takes responsibility. Great surge by Lily Jones. But Courtney Young was able to come up and tidy it up because they didn't deal well with the cross. Craven now. Inden can't reach it. Richardson again gets it away. She's good play in the middle of midfield. She's really protected the back four well. SToK looking for the big switch. Poor header by Roberts. Hughes is interested. She's done well, hassling Ridings. Great play by Hughes. Cara Jones, big block. That'll be another corner. Goal kick given. Wow. Okay. Oh, the ref got that wrong, I think, isn't he? But to be fair, he's been decent. Ridings has hurt herself. Briton Ferry do have a sub ready. I don't think they've got a sub keeper. I think their remaining two subs are outfielders. And Ridings has gone up and then gone down again. Ridings has sat back down once more. As you've got two of the Briton Ferry players limping about. Denscombe as well. Ridings up once more. So Walkley comes off, having scored a crucial third goal. Into the last 10 minutes now. Wrexham needs something dramatic. They have provided that this season, to be fair, and we are fighting hard here. The substitutions have worked. Lee Jones unlucky there, trying to stab it wide for Lovett. Sharp finds Hughes. Good ball, good take. That's a lovely ball, isn't it? Now, can she beat Young to it? Not quite. Wow. That was a super piece of skill by Rosie Hughes, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Took it, hooked it round the corner. Great awareness. Inden made a perfect run. Young got to out in time though. We've knocked at the door since that third goal, haven't we? It just hasn't quite happened. Inden. Gibbard. Pritchard's made a good run. Clark has Pritchard ahead of it. Yeah, she is. Does well looking for SToK. Good challenge again by Richardson. SToK trying to get it back. Now Briton Ferry looking for Wits. Clark. Inden was just clipped there. Ref did well. Spotted that. Free kick finds Lee Jones in space where she can drive forwards. Looking for the killer pass just a bit between SToK and Inden. Young taking their time. It's a great take by Wits. She hasn't got much support, mind. Done really well there, hasn't she? Roberts. Now then, throw to Wrexham. Clark wants to get on with it quickly. It's an awkward touch, but Young will get there first. Lovett has got time to let that come down. Wits coming across to her now. The windmate has taken that and delayed Lovett's first touch of it. So she has to go backwards. Pritchard. Good ball. Good awareness by Inden. SToK now. Inden's trying to drive on. It's done well. She's getting pulled around by Roberts. Great strength. Clark. Looking for Suckley. Hughes now fighting of Ridings. Lily Jones stepping in to win it well. Hughes protects it well too. Big tackle that. Throw to Wrexham. Smitham felt serves a foul by Hughes, but I think Hughes protected the ball really well. Gibbard now. Wrexham are getting some pressure going. Love it. Has got Cara Jones outside her. Quick feet to look for her. Really well read by Denscombe though. Looking for Owen. Oh, she's got past Sharp. Danger here. It's 3-on-1 here as Clark comes across and Owen shoots instead and it's the pot. Brilliant effort. Great chance on the rebound. And it's missed. Oh, brilliant effort by Owen. But then the rebounds, what a chance that was. Wow. Great strike that by Owen. It was 3-on-1, you felt maybe she should pass it. Here comes Suckley. Inden's after it. 2,121, that's a super crowd again. Inden cutting inside, surely fouled. Ref's not interested. Hughes scrapping away. Handball. So, time running out, but Wrexham with a chance to put something in the box. Up go the centre backs. Pritchard, the only player staying back. '86th minute. Wrexham going to strike. Needs to be Lowndes. Jones's ball in, well intercepted by Owen. Briton Ferry quick to come out. Pritchard's charged down. You can hear the Briton Ferry fans who are just to the left of the tunnel. Absolutely loving that. Love it. Looking for Pritchard, just under hit that. Pritchard's there. Eden done as well to get there, but great challenge by Richardson. And then the Briton Ferry players got in each other's way. Lily Jones looking for Hughes. Cara Jones gets a foot into it. Owen protects the ball. And it's put out of play because there's a Briton Ferry player down after that challenge in midfield. Smitham it is. Wrexham take the throw, but the referees just realised why Briton Ferry did that. And all of a sudden, it looks like it's us scrapping TNS for third place, which would still be a superb achievement. I mean, after what we have done this season, it's been terrific. The way that we've managed to get into the top half of the table and then go and win at Cardiff. Still got the Welsh Cup final to come as well, of course. It's 2-1 now, Cardiff against TNS, so maybe the title isn't quite over. Cardiff need to win. If Briton Ferry do better than Cardiff, then the title is still alive going into the penultimate round of matches. Interesting. Here now is Lovett. Looking through the middle. That interception might help Wrexham. Gibbardson well to win it. Pressure continues, but we need a breakthrough. And again, the game will get held up. I mean, if this game stays as it is at Cardiff, not only will they be champions, TNS will have lost their last 5 matches. So that's why we have the opportunity. As here comes the finals change and Smitham is going to come off. TNS bring it on there. The final sub, Alexi Craven comes on. Clayton, beg your pardon. So if things stay as they are today, we are 2 points ahead of TNS in the scrap for third place, and Briton Ferry will have secured second place. Witts against Suckley. Suckley does well. Lily Jones. Wrexham get the free kick. Witts impeding Suckley. Free kick in the 90 seconds plus added time left. You rather feel this is going to go in. From set pieces, Suckley's been going wide quite a lot rather than in the box. She's now jogging back in. Jones helped on nicely by Sharp. Eddington. Wrexham battled hard to keep her in there, and Lovett does put it into the edge of the area. It's just not dropping kindly, and Ridings now can bring it clear. Just wasting time there, just driving it into the corner. The ref has a good long look at his watch. We're into the last minute. Ridings there just seeing there's nothing ahead of her, so she might as well just drill it out for a throw by the corner flag and waste another 10 seconds. Sensible. Lily Jones pulls the pass and gets the throw. Rosie Hughes getting on with it. Eddington as ever, making intelligent movements for it. Gibbard was the player in the middle she was looking for. Lily Jones determined. Was she fouled? Ref says not. And again, it's a sort of launch towards the corner flag to waste time and force Pritchard to defend. We're about to enter added time. Craven pulls it. And she'll come back again. Lovett. Didn't get it right. 4 added minutes. Oh, let's do a miracle. Come on. Let's do a miracle. Let's do them to order. What the heck? We'll win this, don't worry. Throw in taken. Good scrapping by Cara Jones. Throw in. But Briton very, very happy to have it down here and waste a bit of time. Lovett gets it clear. Here's Eddington. Suckley's making a run. Eddington looks for it. That's a great ball. She's done well today, Eddington, hasn't she? Suckley. Great determination. Hughes now helping it on. Eddington. The pass will just roll away from it, but she's not going to let it come out easily. Lovett now has Gibbard ahead of it. That's nicely done. She saw Witts coming. Lily Jones in a bit of space now. Quickly gets it moving. Pritchard, he needs bodies in the box now. He plays at the far post. Pritchard rips it in. It's well defended. And again, the last couple of minutes, Briton Ferry just been happy. Just launch it and get your shape back. Get your defender up the line and get ready to defend again. Just reset. Lovett to Cara Jones. The early ball is on. Too close to the keeper. That Suckley got into a nice little position there. Hughes gestures with frustration to Jones because that ball in allows Young to line the ball for a little bit as well. Slices the kick, but it's something they can scrap for. Cara Jones asking too much of Lily Jones there. Pritchard trying to find Suckley, who is operating more as a wide right player now. He's trying to find some width to the game. We're halfway through the 4 added minutes. Eddington. Another throw to Wrexham. To be fair, Briton Ferry have defended in the final third really well. They've protected the box well. And when it's gone in there, they have fought for the ball. Richardson has done a great job screening. 3-1 now to Cardiff, so they'll be the champions. Top 2 is sorted. Pritchard's done brilliantly there, though. Is she fouled? No. She got around the side of Roberts, but she couldn't get the decision. Goal kick. Eddington gets it well. Free kick goes against it. Ball driven forwards. Clark intercepts. It's been a frustrating one, this, for Wrexham, against the Briton Ferry team, who really executed exceptionally well. They have fought for the second balls. They've caused us all sorts of problems when we tried to go forwards, and in general they've turned the game into the scrap that they wanted it to be. And I don't mean that to be disparaging, it's just that's their style and it's worked. And as a result, Wrexham are going to lose here at the racecourse. 3-1 it is, with just seconds left. But Briton Ferry, who give it away there, Iddenden. That's a nice idea, looking for Hughes, does well to get there. She's made a good impact off the bench. She's got Lovett outside and feeds her in. Can Wrexham pull one back? We've gone past the 4 added minutes, mind. Lily Jones takes a touch, drills it in the goal mouth. Ridings clears, and that is the final whistle. And the top 2 are decided in this division. The final score, Wrexham 1, Briton Ferry 3. And well, Wrexham's so frustrated. But the fact of the matter is that Briton Ferry played ever so well, and as a result, well, they've guaranteed second place. Cardiff, assuming they close out the 3-1 win they were on course for moments ago against TNS, have won the league, and Briton Ferry have guaranteed themselves second place. But Wrexham have just struggled, I think, really to get to our previous levels. Our first defeat since we lost in Cardiff 4-1 back in phase 1. But it was a good performance by Briton Ferry. They really executed ever so well. Their first goal coming, a ball back in after a set piece. We didn't get out quickly enough. We didn't get out in a proper line either, and a nice stooping header by Richardson was perfectly placed. Wrexham equalised though. Great cross from Cairns. Iddenden getting to the loose ball after it bounced off the keeper and finishing from a tight angle, but Briton Ferry struck back. Shot from the right corner of the box, in off the far post once more. It was Crofts who delivered it. Wrexham fought hard to try and come back, but Briton Ferry are very difficult to play against, and they got their third. Driven shot in. Great save by Craven. Sharp saving the goal with a block under the bar, but then the third came. Phoebe Davis just missed hitting a back pass. Walkley one-on-one was able to sidestep Craven and calmly prod the ball home. It was a frustrating one for Wrexham, but Briton Ferry so hard to play against, and we weren't able to impose our style of play on them. And as Walkley celebrated, sliding on the pitch, they took control. Wrexham worked hard in that last half hour. A corner by Cara Jones, allowed Lily Jones to have a shot which was deflected into the side netting from a tight angle. Lizzie Craven had an uncharacteristic error at the back, trying to pass the ball across the box, and presented an open goal to Richardson, who luckily for Craven had a poor touch, or she would have just tapped it home. Wrexham made changes that made a difference. Hughes ripping a great ball in after a fine pass down line by Suckley. Iddenden heading it just wide from 10 yards out. And then a late corner, Gibbard just couldn't quite get the right contact on it. Iddenden headed it in from a tight angle, but flag seems to be up for offside against her. Walkley then driving through the middle. Brilliant save by Craven, who needed treatment afterwards. And then it was Hughes with a glorious pass on the turn. Fantastic vision, but Courtney Young quickly off her line to be Iddenden to it. And, well, huge frustration for Wrexham. Late on, Maya Owen with a fabulous strike that hit the bar. The rebound came down, and Richardson probably should have done better, but slashed it over the bar. And yeah, Wrexham ultimately frustrated. A real disappointment for a side who have done so well, but this big occasion hasn't quite gone the way that we wanted. Briton Ferry tough to play against. They've secured second place. We're now in a scrap with TNS for third, but we can't complain on the day. Briton Ferry executed their game plan perfectly, and they came out with the victory with a final score of Wrexham 1, Briton Ferry Llansawel 3. I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.